Oh man, I hate Mondays.
Nah, man, it's Tuesday.
Wait. What day is it?
You know what day it is? Tuesday. Brewsday, Tuesday.
Oh, fuck yeah. Grab a cold one. It's Brewsday Tuesday, brought to you by the Cellar and Six Pack Store. Here's DreZ and Big Nate.
Woo! Brewsday Tuesday. It is upon us once again. Welcome in. It's brought to you by the Cellar Restaurant and Six Pack Store in downtown Blacksburg. That's actually where these ciders came from.
Yeah, good choice.
Really?
Oh,
Is
dude,
that sarcasm? I don't
not
know.
at all.
Of the
As-
cellar or
as-
this or having a cider show?
Just I love ciders.
Really? Okay. Well, I'm glad. I'm happy to hear that because I was thinking about it. I was at the cellar and I was just sort of wandering around looking, and there is an entire cider section that I always sort of overlook because I'm a beer guy. But I was thinking, you know what? We haven't done a cider show in a while. Plus, it's fall, which you think ciders kind
I mean,
of to
Thanksgiving,
some
Thanksgiving
point.
right around the horizon.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Apple pie is a staple.
gonna be here before you know. Apples.
make
Yeah. There you go.
Cider with apples, and you make cider with some other things.
So I asked Mikey, I was like, give me some advice here. I'm not a huge cider guy. And he pointed me in some directions. And like I said, we got a number of ciders to drink. But the first up, we have the Birds of Paradise. This is a Moscow mule cider. So you're kind of dipping your toes into the cider, but you also, I guess, maybe it'll taste a little cocktail-esque. It's lime and ginger. 6.9%, which I was a bit surprised to see that ABV because they do have the nutrition facts over here, which I kind of like and I kind of don't.
I don't
like
read
it.
these numbers.
No, I like it because usually if they have them on there, it's not as bad as you would think. Case in point, this entire can is only 160 calories. And basically, the only thing in it is some carbs. You got 6 grams of carbs and a little bit of sugar, only 3 grams of sugar. So this is one of the dry, it says right on here, sour cider, dry and tart, because, a lot of the ciders are super sweet. And I used to love those back in the day, but now I can't do them. I feel like it's just like I'm drinking a crucial headache hangover for the next day.
100%. I absolutely agree. I think the dry ciders are the way to go. There was well, I'll get into that in a second. Yeah, the thing you missed here is the name of the cidery is Graft.
Yeah, Graft. I forgot to mention that. It's right up at the top. It's not as well displayed.
No.
It's almost slightly hidden. You have to kind of hunt
It's a
for
secret. I've got
So-
the tropical mimosa cider, orange and passion fruit, 6.9% ABV. So it's not like, as far as a cider goes, it's not the lightest thing in the world. And looking to see if we have a description beyond that. We've got the nutrition facts. Same 6 grams of carbs, 3 grams of sugars, 160 calories. Ingredients: New York hard cider, passion fruit and tangerine concentrate, which, I mean, technically not an orange, but whatever, I'll take it. Cold pressed orange oil, there you go. Genetian root, whatever the hell that is, and then natural flavors and sulfites to preserve freshness. Cider explored. So the whole cider thing for me, there was this place we used to go to. It's an apple orchard, I think, in Floyd. Foggy Bottom Cider.
Yes, I think we've talked about this before.
And they don't make cider anymore.
Unfortunately.
The lady who runs it still grows apples for cideries, and she gives tours of the orchard and goes through like the whole grafting process, which is what makes this such a cool cidery name. Like, they can do some crazy things. I mean, there are apples that taste like cotton candy now.
So have you've done the tour and
Yeah.
learned about the process? Explain
We did
the
it when they were
grafting
still a
process.
cidery. But essentially, like, it comes down to taking taking like leaf roots where the leaves come out and the fruit starts to grow.
Okay.
Taking those branches off like at the base when they're very young, and then cutting a hole in an entirely another living full-grown tree,
And you
putting
pop
it
that
in there, and it just grafts it in. And it's the craziest thing. Like, I don't know how long it took humans to figure that out.
Does it matter what kind of tree? Like, does it have to be another?
I mean, yes and no. It's all about whether or not it's able to produce fruit. So, for instance, if you like did like an apple branch and then put it on a pine tree, it's probably not going to grow. But if you're going like apple to apple, orange to orange, absolutely it will
What about apple?
do
to
something.
orange?
Well, now we're talking.
Yeah, I mean, surely that's been done. It's got to be a thing, right? Is that how you get your, cran apple juice and stuff like that?
No, but they really
know.
should.
They probably
Well-
do. I don't know. We're
I don't know how
very-
cranberries grow. I know like they grow in a bog and then they flood the bog to harvest the fruit.
Yeah, I know zero.
They're bog spiders, which are apparently essential to like the survival of the cranberry bog. But I don't know if it's a tree or a shrub or a vine.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if did we talk about this on the show or not? That cashews actually come off of a fruit.
They're like the bottom of a fruit. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is why they're so expensive and stuff, I guess. They're one of the more pricier fruits.
'Cause no
Did we mention that on the show?
I don't think we
I
have.
think I
but
learned that, and I was, it was just a few weeks ago that I learned that. I was very surprised. And if you look at that fruit, it looks very weird.
It's because it's kind of shaped like a pear, and then there's this
But it's
little
upside
like,
down. It's
nut
almost like
hanging
the-
off. Yeah.
Think about like the stem of an apple, but much bigger, like a cashew size on the bottom of a smaller fruit. So
That's
it's just weird to think about that's how that one is grown. But I guess it makes, I mean, most other nuts are from trees and stuff, right? I know that peanuts are technically legumes and they grow in the ground, right?
And those
But-
are crazy when you pull them out because it's just like a root with a bunch of nuts on it.
And pecan, that's the kind it's in like the walnuts. I was about to
Walnuts
say
have the
that's in like
shell.
yeah, they're in the shell. What about pecan?
I've never seen a wild almond, so I don't know what it
Yeah.
looks like.
Yeah. Or what about macadamia? Those are solid. Those are good.
They've
I
gotta
feel like
be.
they're special somehow.
Every nut is special. That's
Hey.
what I've learned.
Every nut is special. Ah man, or nuts. What's your go-to favorite nut then, man?
So again, not a traditional nut, but sold in the nut section. Sunflower seeds.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I'd count that.
All right, if we're not
I do like sunflower seeds though. You get them shelled or unshelled?
shelled.
You get them
That's
shelled
part of the process. You
Yeah.
gotta put it in your mouth. It's like
and let it rip
Yeah.
open the side of your cheek.
you never
Yeah.
feel good. My inside of my cheekbones, ever since I had braces, have never been unshredded.
I'll just go through sunflower seed kicks and I'll get them and I'll keep doing it until my mouth is just shredded. I'm like, okay, I got to stop this because they have those ones. What are they like? Lime or something? You can get like the flavored ones. Oh,
Yeah.
there's ranch.
I like the dill pickle
Oh yeah,
and
the
the
dill
barbecue.
pickle. Mm-hmm. I used to eat the shells
Yeah, as far as
when I was a kid. I used to just chomp it all up and eat it.
as far as nuts go, I'm pretty simple. Almonds. I love almonds.
Almonds are good. You can't go wrong with
And I mean,
almonds.
the other note with almonds is if you know what an almond smells like, you know what cyanide smells like, and you know whether or not you're going to be poisoned.
Okay.
So practical.
The more you know, right here on
The-
Brewsday Tuesday.
I recently we went to a Friendsgiving a couple weeks ago, and because of course Friendsgiving, you got to do it before your family Thanksgiving, and there was a sweet potato casserole. I've never been a fan of pecans until I had this sweet potato casserole because instead of marshmallows, it was like a brown sugar. It was almost like the filling on
Candied
pecan pie.
pecans. Candied.
And oh my god, like that might be a candidate for my new favorite, like actual nut.
So me and BB and the in-laws, we went to Bridge Day in West Virginia, and there were
I know Bridge Day.
there were numerous stands that had the candied almonds, the candied pecan, just basically nuts covered in something that makes all the sugar and cinnamon and stuff. Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's too good. And I'm assuming it's something like that, right?
It 100%. Bridge Day. What prompted you to go to Bridge Day? Like, have you done it before?
No, hadn't done it before.
Because
In
I've
fact-
probably never told you my Bridge Day story.
All right. Well, we might need to shelve that. I'll tell you, the Bridge Day was a happy coincidence. We were planning to take BB's mom whitewater rafting for her birthday, something that apparently she's always wanted to do, bucket list kind of deal. So we planned a trip out to West Virginia, adventures on the gorge or whatever it is. And then sure enough, we booked it for the Sunday. And once you know it, did a little bit of research after it was already booked. And I was like, oh, Saturday's bridge day. Like the bridge is going to be closed. We can go up there and do that. So we left a little earlier so we could go and have a little fun with that. So that was a nice, happy coincidence. Yeah, everybody, they're jumping off, doing the base
go
jumping and
out.
all that stuff. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool about it. I want to hear your story in a bit, but I feel like it might be, is it quick or should we save it?
We should probably save it.
Save it. All right, let's save it. Let's untap these ciders from Graft, our first round of cider that we're drinking here on Brewsday Tuesday. I have the Birds of Paradise. It's a Moscow Mule cider with lime and ginger. I didn't read the ingredients, so I might as well give that a rundown, but it is it's got lime concentrate, New York hard cider, hibiscus ginger juice, Demerara sugar, natural flavors, and the sulfites like yours is to preserve freshness. It is as advertised, which is key when it comes to producing a beverage. It tastes like a cider, and then right on the back end, you do get the lime. You get kind of the gingerness that you're used to with a ginger, a Moscow Mule. You thought that I made you a Moscow Mule. I usually drink Kentucky Mules because I use bourbon instead of vodka. But I do love that cocktail. I love the lemon and ginger, or the lime and ginger, excuse me. I think it's a great combo, and I think it accents quite nicely with a cider. It's very crisp. 6.9%. I love the ABV. That's a nice solid ABV. It's, you know, I'm guessing the ones that we have coming up next probably aren't that high, but maybe I'll be surprised there as well. This is not too bad. Not really my thing, because I'm more of a beer guy than a cider guy. And frankly, I know it did mention that it's sour. It is a little tart for my liking as well. You know, take that how you will. Again, I don't want it to be too sweet. I'm more just wanting just dry, more apple. Maybe I do want it to be sweet. I don't know, but I'm going to give this a 4.
All right. And that's fully respectable from you. I'm going to be really honest with you. I wish I wouldn't have read the label or known what this was before I drank it, because there's that plant, and you may have run into it too. There's that plant of mimosa. Oh, I love orange juice. I love champagne. You get more of the champagne than you do the orange juice in this. The orange is there. It kind of lingers on the back of your tongue, but it's not as front facing. This is delicious, but calling it a mimosa cider
It's not quite there.
It's going to get a high score, but the name.
What if it was served with an orange slice,
like a blue
on the
moon
glass? Yeah,
all right.
a blue moon. And you squeeze some orange in there.
I think that's worth giving it a 4.5. I just have to visualize the orange on my.
Well, hey, they didn't earn that. I just did that.
4.25.
That.
It's delicious. It's really
so.
good.
But you're saying maybe with a slice of
doesn't
orange,
taste
that
like a
might be-
mimosa remotely.
It could be a nice accent. So that's on the Untapped scale, which, by the way, that's like it's how we like to utilize or rate our beers. It's a fun little handy dandy app you can download for free if you haven't done so. Feel free to friend us on there. If you do, DreZ Drinks is my handle. Big Nate Danger sitting across from me. It is pretty sweet. Good old Untapped. We're going to be untapping a couple more after we play a tune. It's Brewsday Tuesday, doing a cider edition right here on 105.3 The Bear. Stick around.